Hi and welcome guys to this particular video of React. In this React video we are going to cover about the functional component of React. So let me introduce you what is functional component. So a functional component in React is a JavaScript function that accepts props as an argument and return React elements, usually JSX. So actually a functional component is a JavaScript function that accepts props. I will tell you later in the course what is props. So as an argument and return elements, usually JSX. Actually JSX is HTML in JavaScript. They are simpler and more concise than class component. So actually people before using the class based component, but later on when the functional component introduced, then it got more popularity and now people using the functional component. So if I go to the advantages sections, let me scroll it down. Here you can see simplicity. Functional components are simpler and require less boilerplate than class component. So actually let me create a functional component before going down. So here I'm going to this component folder as we had created before. So here you have seen a component I had created for a portfolio header. Now I will have to create another component with the name of card. So here you will have to name this JSX. As we can also name its extension JS, but JSX is more concise. So it is actually JavaScript XML. So let me, and here you will have to declare a JavaScript function like function, and here you will have to name it, but the name must be start with capital letter. So as I want to create a card component, then you will have to call card, and here it takes an argument called props, but we will see it later. Let me, and you will must return some value from these. If you want to return a single line, then you can return here an h1. In this way, this is card. But if the code was not a single line, then you will have to wrap this in parentheses, just like I want to wrap it in parentheses. And here, if you do in such way that you bring it here, then it will ignore by this because it is returning the function before reaching to this point. Here you can see unreachable code detected. So I will have to wrap this in parentheses so that it will be reachable. So here I'm going to wrap it in this parenthesis. Here now you can see. Now I will have to export is it. So export default card. Now I export it. Now I will have to import it in the main component which is called app.jsx. Now here I will have to import it before using. You can import by this method. Here you can /component/card. It is now imported. Now I can use it. Let me show you how. Here you will have to use the HTML like syntax, but it is actually JSX. Actually JSX we will see later in the course what is JSX actually. So let me save it. Now I will have to spin up the server. So here go to terminal, and here you will have to open the new terminal, and in this terminal you will have to write a command npm, or let me close this, npm run dev. Yes, now our server is running on port 5173. I will have to copy it and paste it in the browser. Here now you can see that this is card which I had written in the card component is visible. Here if I go to the card component, here you can see this is a card, and here you can see this is card is written here. Now if we write this card in this way, just like this, then it will refuse because the component must be in a capitalized form. So do not write your component in this way. Here you can see our component, our card component is now hidden. Let me again capitalize it. Here now you see Yes, it is available now. Now we will have to create some more component that you will learn for your learning purpose. I'm going to create another component, and this time I want to call it what? Sidebar. So you must start its name with capital letter sidebar dot .jsx. Now here you will have to declare a function and name it as it name you have written here. So I want to give it name sidebar. Yes, now you will have to return something. Yes, and here I want to write an h1. This is this is sidebar. Now if I show you, now it is not visible on the screen. I will have to export it before visible on screen. So export default sidebar. Now let me show you. Here is still not available on the screen, so I will have to import it here. Let me import it before. So what is its name? Its name was sidebar. So here is giving the suggestion. I will have to click it, and then now I will have to use it. So sidebar. Here you can see now it is visible on the screen. So actually this is called component in React.js. So now we are going to see the notes what they are saying. So first point was simplicity. Now we are going to another point, which is readability. They promote cleaner and more readable code. Now let's see if I want to read the code of code. It is actually in a separate file and I can read it very clearly. Let me show you. Here is only written this is code, and if you have a multiple line of code in this particular component, it will be easy for you to read it clearly. And if you have a sidebar, then you will able to manage the sidebar code easily. Now let me show you something other. Performance. So functional components are faster as they don't have overhead from managing this context. So hook support. We will see later what is hooks. So with the introduction of React hooks, functional component can manage state and side effects. We will see it later. Another thing is testing. Easier to test due to their stateless nature and reliance on input output. So it can be tested easily. Now how we can create a component? We have already created, so you will have to use a function to define the component. Optionally accept props, as we are going to cover props in the next videos, so don't worry about this. So return JSX as I already returned. So if you want to handle the props, then you can handle the props. If you want to use hooks etc in the component, you can use also, but we will see it later in the videos. So if I show you the example of basic functional component, here you can see it has a function with the name of greeting and it's returning an h1, and here you can see something wrapped in the curly braces, but I will show you later what is this actually. So here you can see this function has been exported, and there is another example of component with props, but I will show you later it, and another function with hooks, but don't worry about these things. Now here is some assignment. You will have to make a greeting component, create a functional component that accepts a name as a prop, but don't worry about this. We will create a simple greeting functional component. So I will have to create here a component called greeting.jsx. Now I will have to create here you can also declare an arrow function. For example, if I want to declare it in this way, here you will have to name it greeting. Now you will have to do in this way, return, and here you will have to write hi, I'm in React and I'm greeting to you or something. Okay, now we will have to export it. Let me spell it well. Export the file and greeting. Now I will have to import it in the app. After this I will have you can directly import it, just like if I write greeting here, you can see it will import it from this particular folder. Now I will have to close it. Now here you can see in the screen, hi, I am in React and I'm greeting to you. So this was actually the functional component of React which we covered in this video. So functional component in React is very easy, and in the next video we will see and we will talk about the JSX and the props. So for this video it was enough, I think. Keep me in your prayer and take care of yourself.